Hello, beautiful souls. Today we're going to speak about why most people struggle to find true love. Most marriages end up in divorce, and the common mistakes people do when they're choosing a partner. So, we're going to give you many nuggets of wisdom that you should keep in mind next time you're dating in order for you to be successful and achieve your goal, whatever that may be.
There is a secret here. You know how we always ask a couple that's been together for a long time, what's the secret? How do you do it? How did you stay together? How did you pick the right person? Well, I had two pairs of grandparents. They lived into their 90s and they were together, one for 70 years and one for 75 years. And I know many couples that have been together for a very long time. And maybe sometimes they can't even describe it, but you can see it. And there's a secret there. And the secret lies, understanding the secret, lies in the way that your parents see you. So, you know how no matter how old you get, no matter how thick your beard gets, no matter how many times you've been a mother, your parents still see you as children. They're always going to see you as a child because you're always going to be their child because that's how they fell in love with you. They fell in love with your soul, right? They fell in love with who you are. They know you. Translate that to relationships. If you find a partner based on their soul, if you choose them based on their soul instead of on their looks, on the timeless part of themselves, on the essence of themselves, that will never change. The soul is always the same. The looks will change. So if you choose a partner based on the looks, you want somebody who looks a certain way, you want somebody a certain height, a certain build, that's going to change. And if those are the reasons that you chose your partner, you're going to notice those things. But if you choose differently, if you choose in a way where none of those things matter, they're all external things. If you focus on the money, money can change. If you focus on the career, they're going to spend their time focusing on that career. It may bring home stress. It may, they might lose their job. There's a million things that can have an impact on somebody's career as well, or a particular type of lifestyle, right? If you choose somebody based on the type of lifestyle that they provide for you, that lifestyle can change in a minute, depending on what country you live in, depending on what the situation is. You throw in kids, you throw in any other things that go around, and all of a sudden the lifestyle that you fell in love with in the first place when you got together, that's not there anymore either.
A younger woman.
A younger man. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
So
the most important thing is to really focus on how that person makes you feel rather than all the external qualities that that person comes with. Because when a soul is vibing with your soul, that means that you are perfectly allowed to be truthful to yourself, to be the most authentic version of yourself, and that person, that other soul, will see that and will adore that to bits and pieces. That's how you vibe. That's how you can build something in life, right? If you focus on the external qualities, then things are not exactly the same, because then you just always seem to be inclining to putting your best version of yourself out according to you and according to what you assume that person might like. And then eventually, thank you. And then eventually, that's not sustainable throughout time. It's not sustainable. You always want to be the best version of yourself. You will always want to be the most authentic version of yourself. And when you show this, when you display this, and the other person vibes with you, that's how you know, oh, there's something going on here, right? Another thing that people do make mistakes with is when they try to make something out of something different. Let me explain. So let's say you are looking for a long-term relationship and you have been single for a while, and then you meet someone, and maybe it was a one-night stand, maybe it was a fling, but somehow you long for that long-term relationship to finally happen in your life, that you're trying to to fit your recent experience within that. You know what I mean? Without even asking yourself, but is this person for real somebody I see myself growing up with, spending a lifetime with, right? You don't even know that person. So why are you trying to make it something that it's not? You should not be falling into those traps, right?
The point is not to focus on the things that don't last. We covered this in another episode where we spoke about how it's not going to be the same as it was in the first 6 months, for example. So if you fall in love with the type of lifestyle that you have in the first 6 months, that's not going to last. If you fall in love with anything that doesn't last, you're going to see it and you're going to notice it. So the only key, the only solution, the only thing you can do, and this is why they're able to do it. You always wonder, how do you get married so early in your 20s and yet it's so successful? How do you even choose a partner when you haven't explored? How do you know that this is going to be the right person for you? Because you're not looking at looks. You're not looking at money. You're not looking at lifestyle. You're looking at their soul. You have a particular type of, you're thinking of the relationship. What would you like the relationship to be like? And you're not searching for a partner. You know, if you're searching for a partner, then you're writing out all of these things, all these qualities that they need to have. Mistake. Yes. Focus on what type of relationship you want to have, how you want to feel. And you would have, in that process, identified the type of soulmate that's going to be attracted to you. And then you don't look for it. Mm-hmm. And that person will find you. And when you see it, you're going to recognize that energy because you called for it.
Yeah. You can literally use your imagination to meditate on the type of relationship you would like to have, the type of relationship that you would like to experience. What kind of feeling do you want to find in that relationship? Is it comfort? Is it security? Is it safety? Is it sex appeal? Where is it? What is it? You know, make the combo inside your mind, envision it inside your imagination, and then have faith that this is going to happen.
And right? You'll know because there are a few things you can ask yourself in the moment to tell you right away. Does this person see you? Does this person really know you? Are you yourself with this person? Do you really know them? Have they opened themselves up to you? Right? Is there anything that's unsaid? Is there anything that you're unsure of? If there are things that are hidden, then you haven't really connected. So you don't really know if you've connected to this person's soul or not. So
yeah, sometimes things are not hidden. Sometimes they're laid out straight in front of you, such as red flags, right? But we tend to ignore those red flags because we just want to focus on the current best. But the current best is not lasting best and may not be the best in general for the long term, right? So just stay focused and stay on top of what you really want to experience and how does that person make you feel.
You're going to go through ups and downs, and they're going to go through ups and downs, and all the things like looks and all the things like where you live and your careers, those things are going to change. But if you guys know each other to the core, then you'll be okay because you're always connected and you can take on life's adventure together and whatever it throws at you. Maybe you have to move away this way. Maybe you have to live a certain way this way. None of that will matter because you guys are connected. But if you're together for the artificial reasons, the superficial reasons, it starts with all the looks and these things at the top, and then it goes maybe a layer deeper, and then you have the monies and the careers. Those have nothing to do with you. Money will change, careers will change. And as you go deeper, what does the person really want? What are their desires? Do they see you?
Does it get complicated is the question as it gets deeper. Because it shouldn't. You know, actually, when two souls click and vibe for real, as it gets deeper, it only gets better. It's just like the wine. It shouldn't get complicated, more complicated. That should be your exit sign right there. You know, they say people start relationships based on their needs at the moment. You know, what they need to experience. Sometimes you need to experience some sort of an escapism. Okay, escapism. And you choose somebody who gives you that feeling, you know, somebody who has that, and you're like, that's what I need right now. That's what I want. So you hook up with them, you start something with them, and that might not last. And that's totally okay. Because some people in your life come because They help you experience certain things. They help you grow, but they don't stay. Others stick around and grow up with you, along with you, till the end. You know, it turns into an endless journey. And these are the best.
And you need all of those things, by the way. You need those lessons in order to figure out what you want and what you don't want, but just don't confuse which one is which.
Nothing is accidental in life. Nothing. The good and the bad ones, they're all ways of the universe to stir you in the right direction so you can eventually arrive at the point when you can remember who you are and why you're here and what is your aim in life, where, you know, you basically get the gold and you start your personal journey on the deepest possible level. So nothing is accidental. Keep that in mind and keep what we just told you in mind, how to pick a person by focusing on the soul, and you're in a good place. You got this.
Till next time.